Now, one of the topics raised in the presidential debate was the war between Israel and Hamas. And while it tended to centre upon how widespread the conflict could become, again, not enough was said about the hostages. I believe that the world should be in Gaza extracting those hostages from imprisonment, not just Israel. The hostages are dying and being murdered, and yet we invite Hamas to the negotiating table? I think it's gross, which is why we all need to view the latest video distributed by the IDF inside the alleged underground location of the murder of those last 5 hostages. Here's Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari in a confronting video allowing us to contemplate what other hostages are being forced to endure now.
20 meters below where the hostages were murdered. The tunnel shaft was in a children's room, in a house. Those are the walls of this children's room with Snow White and Mickey Mouse on the wall. In a tunnel shaft where hostages were murdered downstairs, 20 meters below the ground.
Hamas used those letters in the tunnel, and there was a hiding floor. All he needed to do is to break the floor and then go out through the children's room, inside to the street, and go back into the tunnel. This is how Hamas built this tunnel.
Between 2 to 6 terrorists were here with the hostages. We are gathering all the stuff here for forensics, for intelligence. We can see magazines, an AK-47 magazine, chargers, all used by the terrorists, Quran books, a hairbrush. We need to check who used it. But there were women here in the tunnel. This is their blood. This is the blood of Hirsch, Eden, Carmel, Ori, Almog, and Alex. They were heroes, and they were here in this tunnel for weeks or days, we will find out. But they were here in this tunnel in horrific conditions, where there is no air to breathe, where you cannot stand.
It's a sobering reminder of what should be the essential focus in the Middle East right now, which is on the hostages, rescuing those innocent people, not solely on defeating terror groups or defeating Hamas. That is the bigger picture. There are still more than 100 people trapped in those horrific conditions, being abused and starved to death. The mission to save them should be stepped up by the world, not just by Israel. And to think that we are inviting Hamas to a negotiating table only vindicates their sheer brutality and vindicates their kidnapping of so many innocent people. No wonder the streets of Israel are constantly full of citizens pleading and protesting for the hostages to be saved. That must be the overriding priority.